Hi, this is Chris Chesney from Repairify Institute's Research and Development Center in Irving, Texas. Thanks for joining us today. Today we have a 24 Ford Escape, and we've got the side object detection on the right side of the vehicle that needs a PMI. PMI is Programmable Module Installation. So we're going to connect a factory tool remotely using our launch torque in this case. We could use a launch throttle as well. And that torque uses a smart link. And the smart link that we can see connected down here to the vehicle, already the key's on, the vehicle is connected. I've got a blue cable running from my Ethernet router, my internet router, to this port, hardwiring my internet connection to make sure I have a really good and stable connection. You've got to have stability in your connection. It's not necessarily just speed, but it's stability that is important. As well, I have a battery maintainer connected to the vehicle at 13.5 volts to maintain the battery voltage at that value, not let it drop below 13 volts, and have enough energy in it to overcome a lot of heavy loads that may be ported through the system during a programming event. Those two things are required by us, and it's important that you follow through with those to ensure you have successful remote services. So on this vehicle, we're going to go in and submit that request. Now on my torque, I have my home screen, my X431 screen up. And I could be anywhere in this screen, and I simply come home, and when I'm on this home page, I touch the home button, and it brings me to the Android homepage. And on that Android homepage, I have my asTech app. During your onboarding process, we'll walk you through how to download that asTech app off the Google Play Store. It's as simple as going to Google Play Store, searching for asTech Connect, downloading it, installing it, and placing it, dragging it up here where you can find it. So I have that app right here, the top of the screen. I'm going to open up that app, and on the app I see the ability to make a new request. So I'm going to make a new request, and in that request I'm going to request module programming. It's identified the vehicle already because I'm connected to the vehicle. I'm going to enter a repair order number, which I can make up one for us. You can enter your repair order number as you see fit. It is a required field. I need the mileage on this vehicle. It's a very low mileage vehicle. And then I'm going to be asked, are there any warning lights on? I'm going to say no. And then I'm asked, how do you want to communicate with us? We can either chat, and using the two icons up here, you can see there is a number next to the bell that tells me I have a notification that I can pay attention to, and I can select chat to chat with our remote tech. I select, in this case, chat. You can select text or phone as well. So I've got that selected. Now I need to come down here and tell the remote tech at asTech what we want to do. And in this case, I need to program, I'm going to turn that on all caps, an SODR, and I'm going to say I want a PMI, and it is a OEM module. That will give him the information he needs to know what to do. And I submit that, and it's creating our request. And you can see on my screen that it's submitted. Now we're looking at the big monitor, and we've got our remote technician, Anthony Padilla, who is in another location, connected via the internet to this VCI, connected to this Escape where I'm at in the studio. And you can see he has one active work order that he's ready to take. He's going to pull that work order into his queue, and now he's in technician. This is where our technicians live every day. You're getting a behind-the-scenes look at what our techs are doing with the factory tool. So he's going to pair that factory tool. This is an FDRS, which is a Ford diagnostic system, their latest diagnostic system, and it's in the process of pairing to the vehicle. So he's paired, and now he's going to launch the tool. Now you're seeing him log into the tool. One of the things that's important when you're doing remote services, when you're car side, this might seem like it takes forever because you're watching nothing on your screen. Your screen doesn't change. The only thing that's changing is the tool on our technician side and the information going through the internet to the VCI. You don't see any of that happening. So what I would do is, if you're using chat, keep your eye on chat up here. If you're using text or a phone, wait for our technician to communicate. Our technician will communicate with you when they're ready for you to cycle the key, do any other function that you might need to do as part of the process. So now Anthony's going to select the SODR module, programmable module installation. So he's downloading the file, selects run. It launches the application. Asks us if we're connected to battery support. We're using the original module, and he wants the key on, engine off, which we are. And now it's running the PMI for that SODR. Need to turn the ignition off. I'm going to ask Joaquin to turn the ignition off. Application is finished. Now it's looking at the installation to make sure it was installed correctly. Now we need to turn key on, engine off. So we've got the key on, engine off. He presses continue. Everything's a pass. So there you have it. It only took a few minutes to connect to the vehicle, submit the request, to run the event, and you didn't have to do anything but make the request. So that's how quickly you can connect to, in this case, a Ford factory tool with a Ford factory trained technician and perform the function that sometimes only a factory tool can perform without having to own the factory tool, without having to maintain it, update it, etc. So that's all we have for you today. Thanks for joining us at Repairify Institute. Goodbye.